And so we have once again our good friend and colleague Yesenia de Luna from La Ley Laboral, Labor Law. Yesenia, welcome to the show once again. It's always a pleasure. I see that Karen is not with us, but you are here to talk with us. And again, I always appreciate that you take the time and educate us about our rights. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And yes, we are missing Karen today, but I am here. I'm here today, and I'm here with a colleague from CalOSHA, Carmen Cisneros. She is able to be here with us, and I'm very excited to bring her here with me.
Thank you. And Señora o Señorita Carmen, welcome to the show, Líderes del Futuro. We are glad that you could make the time. I'm sure you're busy, but you could make some time to be with us this afternoon. The community is definitely interested in knowing more about the rights. That's why we keep inviting La Ley Laboral, Labor Law, to come over and speak with us. Could you tell us a little bit about what is CalOSHA?
Yes, and first of all, Rafael and Yesenia, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here. Yes, my name is Carmen and I'm with CalOSHA. And CalOSHA is the California agency that enforces workplace safety and health standards. So we have the safety and health standards under Title 8. These are CalOSHA's laws that protect all workers regardless of immigration status. These laws require employers to take steps to protect their workers. CalOSHA investigates workplaces to identify conditions that need correction. Okay, we always keep workers' information confidential. Please do not hesitate to get in touch with CalOSHA if you have any questions or if you need to file a confidential complaint. That is your right. You have a right to file a complaint and to file that confidential complaint.
Thank you for that. And I know that, CalOSHA most recently came up because of some of the changes with COVID. But in general, what protections do workers have under CalOSHA's laws?
Well, CalOSHA has many laws to protect workers, okay? Some of these laws are general and some of these laws are more specific. For example, one important standard is the Injury and Illness Prevention Program, which is under Section 3203. So this law requires employers to identify and correct all hazards in the workplace. This law really, there's 9 elements to it, starting from who's responsible at the workplace, having some safety rules, communication. But, some of the elements that are very important they're all important, but some of them are the identification and correction of hazards at the workplace. And this is very important because as an employee, it's important that if you're going to go to work, look around, make sure, check to see what hazards are out there. So the employer needs to identify these hazards and correct them. And this also means that workers should be trained on how to do all their job duties safely. It's very important that the work is completed safely. Now, to provide very clear rights for workers and responsibilities for employers, CalOSHA also has standards related to protection from wildfire smoke and heat illness prevention for outdoor workers. So the IIPP, the Injury and Illness Prevention Program, is a general one, but then we have others that are very specific, such as these. So if the air at work might be unhealthy due to wildfire smoke, and I know in Sonoma County, we've had fires. There's a fire that's going on now, right? So employers are required to take steps to protect workers. And it's easy for employers to monitor the air quality for PM 2.5, which is the particles that make the air unhealthy due to that wildfire smoke. So breathing in these tiny particles can harm your health. And I just want to make sure that I'm stating here that this is just a very general topic because it's a lot more in detail, but we want to make sure that you're aware that, hey, CalOSHA has these laws for the protection of workers. Now, to protect workers when the air is unhealthy, employers have to move work to somewhere where the air is healthy or provide proper respiratory protection. Okay, to protect from the tiny particles in the air, employers have to provide masks known as N95 respirators. This is very important. As Rafael mentioned, we have COVID. So for COVID, we're using, the face coverings. Okay, it's very important. I just want to sort of throw this in that you understand that for the protection of COVID, the facial coverings is fine, but when we're talking about protection for unhealthy wildfire smoke, it's very important that we use the N95 respirators because these particles are so small that's why we need the N95 so they really protect us. And that's where the training also comes in, where we make sure that there's a proper seal and all, the information that comes with that. Okay, so that you're aware of that. Now, heat illness. Okay, I know that the season is starting to end, but I also know that last year, even into November, we had some heat waves. Okay, so it's very important that at least we're aware that CalOSHA has a Title 8 regulation, a law that protects employees. So we need to be prepared for heat illness prevention all year. That's just how it is in California now. And with this, CalOSHA has a law that requires employers to provide outdoor workers with water, and the water has to be clean. It has to be nearby. Provide rest, provide shade, and shade kicks in at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, or if an employee requests it. And also, it's very important that training be provided as to what heat protection. And so with training, some of these materials, CalOSHA has some of these materials to help you, because part of that training, they need to train you as to what are some of the signs and symptoms of heat illness. What are some of the different heat illnesses? How are you going to be protected? And also, they need to train you on the emergency plan to prevent from heat illness. Okay, when somebody's feeling sick, it's important that we're prepared, that we know how we're going to contact emergency services. How are they going to get to the workplace? Okay, when you're working out in the field, it's different places, and it's not as simple as these are the cross streets. It's very important that that employers train you, and that we're all prepared for it. Okay. So now these are very important topics for CalOSHA, and we need to hear from workers if there's unsafe workplaces due to heat or wildfire smoke. Remember, you're out there all day. You know where some of these hazards take place. You know that maybe when you start work at the beginning of the day, there's enough water for everyone, but maybe towards the end of the day, there's not enough water for people. So it's very important that if there's any concerns out there, if there's any hazards out there, that you get in touch with CalOSHA so we can help correct these unsafe conditions. And please do not stay with the doubt. If you have questions or concerns, or you're not sure if this is an unsafe work condition, give us a call, ask your question. Don't stay with that doubt.
Definitely. And again, all of those, it's interesting that the state of California has passed all this legislation, all these laws almost a decade ago now, in regards to at what temperature people have to be provided with shade, water. We have heard of cases where the employer will charge for the cups for people to get water. And again, people keep dying. I forget the number. I think it's 7 people, maybe more, who have died even after all these laws go into place. And the reason is because people don't report it to CalOSHA. They don't ask questions. And so in a situation where it's challenging, again, pick up the phone and call CalOSHA, and we'll provide you that number in a minute. So my last question that I have for you, and again, this is just an introduction to CalOSHA for our community, but how can a worker learn more about their rights or get in touch with CalOSHA to report an unsafe workplace?
It is one of CalOSHA's goals to make sure employers know their responsibilities and for workers to know their rights. Okay, it's very important. Why? Because we must work as a team. So it's very important that we do our part. We are always working to create educational materials and to participate in community events such as this. And this is the reason why we have some of these, educational materials. And we have them in English, Spanish, we have them in another language, but sometimes also because we learn differently. Some of us are visual learners, others are audio learners. Sometimes we have to see these things. So we have this material to help you. So to get in touch with CalOSHA, you could call our resource center with representatives that answer in English and Spanish from 8 to 5 p.m. From Monday through Friday. And the number is 833-579-0927. I'm going to repeat it. The number again is 833-579-0927. You can also visit our website and search for educational materials at www.dir.ca.gov. I will tell you that there's a really nice video on the prevention or protection from wildfire smoke, okay, that you could see that on our website. And remember that CalOSHA will never ask about your immigration status and will keep your information confidential to protect you from retaliation. Okay, as Yesenia was saying, you have protections, or will tell you that there's protections against retaliation. So it is illegal for employers to take certain actions against workers because you used your labor rights. So you must get in touch with us if this happens. Remember, you have rights. We're here to help you. So please call us if you have any doubts. Don't stay with those doubts, please. We're talking about somebody's life, somebody's, safety and health.
Definitely. So again, it is important for you all to get in touch with CalOSHA at 833-579-0927. That is 833-579-0927. And again, we were talking about smoke and masks, and we were just reporting live here that at 6:33 p.m., they canceled the bulldozers to go out there to the area of 22386 Moscow Road in Monterey, California. They sent an airplane, and it looks like they dropped some type of material to put out that fire. There is some progress going, so we'll keep you updated as a community. But again, if you are working out there in the fields and there's smoke, you are supposed to be provided with the right tools for your job. And if not, call CalOSHA Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. at 833-579-0927. So I want to thank you for taking the time. I want to thank you for, again, coming over and having a conversation with us, which I hope, again, is just an introduction. In the future, I would like to have that conversation longer on other topics. One of the ones that people fear the most is, again, this retaliation, that something is going to happen to their job or their position at their job because they reported something to CalOSHA. So thank you for taking the time and being with me.
Thank you, and we hope to see you soon at a community event or hear from you either by phone or online. So thank you. Everybody.
Yes, and so that is Ms. Carmen Cisneros has taken the time and being with us today. And I wanted to get back for a second to my colleague and friend, attorney Yesenia de Luna from Labor Law, La Ley Laboral. Yesenia, if you could give us again a reminder, because you've been here before, what is labor law, so that people who are listening, people who are watching the video, will be able to give us, to be able to understand more than anything the services that you all provide.
Yes, of course. So yes, I am from the Agricultural Labor Relations Board. I know it's a very long name. We shorten it just by ALRB. And basically we enforce the Agricultural Labor Relations Act of 1975, which is a law that that gives all agriculture workers in the state of California the right to organize themselves and complain about working conditions. It gives them also the right to support or to be against a union. It gives the workers the right to participate in the agricultural labor relations board process. So if there's a legal you know, a claim and you participate either by being a witness or something like that, you're protected. And then the final one is, you know, you have the right to choose not to do any of these things. It is against the law. It would be a violation of our law that we enforce, that the ALRB enforces, for your employer, either through the foremans, the supervisors, human resources, or some other agent of the company to take retaliations against you for exercising your rights. You know, all agriculture workers have those rights, whether your immigration status does not matter. You could be an H-2A visa agriculture worker, a worker that just works per hour or by piece rate. If you're hired by the company directly or through a farm labor contractor, you are protected, and you should give us a call. We work with other agencies like CalOSHA. If a group of workers were to complain about a CalOSHA issue and then the employer takes retaliation against them, you could file with CalOSHA to get, you know, they would come in and take care of the bathrooms and stuff, and we would handle the retaliation. If those workers, sometimes they get fired, then we can come in and take a case and investigate if there was a violation because workers spoke up, whether it's about health and safety related to CalOSHA, whether it's about their wages, whether it's sexual discrimination, any working condition. And if you are, again, retaliated, that would be a violation of our act that we enforce. Any doubts, any questions, please call us. Our number, let me give that to you a couple times. You should have this with you. Our number is 1-800-449-3699. And, you know, if you don't know if it's CalOSHA, if it's Labor Commissioner, if it's DFEH, if it's ALRB, you are an agriculture worker and you need help, just call that number. If it's with us, we will help you. We will take the case. And if not, we can refer you to our other agencies. Again, the number 1-800-449-3699.
And again, just a reminder to individuals who work out there in this type of work out there in the fields, whether it is the harvest, whether it is, again, working out there in different parts of Sonoma County doing agricultural work, you can always reach out if you're not 100% sure as to which action to take to report something. You can always call our colleagues at 800-449-3699. 1-800-449-3699. As Yesenia mentioned, this is a number that you should carry with you somewhere in your wallet and be ready to report it. And some employers will take different actions. They may not fire you, but suddenly they change your position, they isolate you from all the other workers. There's many actions that they can take, and you have the right to call labor law, as I call them, the La Ley Laboral, and say, hey, I have a question. And it may not be a case for labor law, but they can refer you maybe to CalOSHA or some other agency. And with that, I want to thank you all for being here with me. We had, again, Yesenia de Luna, and we had Carmen Cisneros. Thank you. And again, I look forward to our next conversation about people's rights, because if they don't know, then people continue to suffer in silence. So thanks again for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.